Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Pocket Sisters podcast with your hosts, Octavia and Flavia. Here, we chat about all things fun, random, and entertaining to brighten your day. So, let's hop on in.
Hey everyone, welcome to this podcast. We're really excited to get it started and we hope that you will enjoy our new little adventure here. Wanted to quickly point out a few little notes though before we start, and one of those notes are that you might notice a third voice in this first episode, and that is because our eldest sister was going to join us as a host as well for these podcasts. However, later on, after recording a few episodes, we decided and realized that it might be a little bit overwhelming for our eldest sister to commit fully, just because of other commitments and, priorities. So we will just have her as a guest here and there, but we did pre-record some episodes and we don't want to just put them aside. We had a good time recording them. It was fun for us, so we just wanted to still share them with you. And also bear with us if you do notice a few things audio-wise are not perfect. We are just starting, so we are trying to work on things and improve on things as we go along. So just bear with us and hopefully you enjoy our episodes.
All right, Flavia, before we really dig into this podcast, tell us what the listeners can expect from these podcasts. Laughter, chaos, lots of laughter, probably. Maybe some annoyance from some people. Laughter. There may be some peeing pants situations, but we shall persevere. Next time we'll know better. Wear a diaper. So, our intentions for this podcast are to bring people some joy with our conversations, because that's mostly what we do with each other. Why you point that out to me? I was all like,
I realized
what did you do?
Everybody knows there's a paper right there.
Oh, yeah. So, I guess talked or thought about it more. I think I did a lot of the manipulating into getting people to do this podcast. Like, Octavia was really easy to get into this. I was like, we should do it. And she's like, yeah, I want to do it. And I was like, great. The hard one, I was very much expecting to be Manuela. I was like, because she, her main hobby is organizing, cleaning. I don't want to be mean, but that just seems like that's mostly her hobbies, or driving around, doing something fun. Basically, she doesn't really like to sit around, I would say. But yeah, I thought it would be the hardest to convince her to do a podcast. So,
I don't really listen to podcasts.
Yeah, she's a bit of a hypocrite in this. She doesn't listen to podcasts, really. I'm really the biggest podcast listener, and then Octavia, I think.
I have tried to get into the podcast thing. There's just not any, many that catch my attention. I have listened to one.
Oh, I'm shocked.
I barely made it through 2 episodes.
Wow. I've listened to like hundreds, and I'm still going. I'm kind of in between. I'm someone who finds it hard to find certain podcasts to listen to that interest me, but then there are certain podcasts out there that I'm somewhat interested in listening to here and there. But I always felt like there was with podcasts. There's always something to listen to. There's always somewhere to find something. Like there was one specific one that I really was like, oh, they should probably have podcasts about this topic. And I looked it up and I found like a whole bunch, and I was like, this is amazing. You're better at searching than I am then. I guess. Or maybe I just have better interests. Ouch. But yeah, I don't know. I always felt anyway, I'm gonna finish my story. Okay.
We're done with you.
Getting Manuela into the podcast. Well, I sat down with her and I was like, well, I think we should do a podcast, the 3 of us, me, Octavia, and you.
You did not come out right away. You connived.
I did. But now I can't really 100% remember, because I was just like so shocked that she was like, yeah, I'll do it. I was like, took one try, really.
Not really.
What? Well, one day.
Memory loss?
One day. It took one day. That's what I mean by one try.
You first of all started this as a guessing game. You hyped me up about this. Guess what?
I did? That sounds like me.
We were on the swings outside. Guess what?
It's usually how I start things. Try to get people.
You hyped me up so bad, and then it turned into a guessing game. And then I don't know how I arrived to the conclusion that it was a podcast. I was not the most amused by it at the end when you confirmed that it was a podcast idea. And then I was like,
Yeah, Manuel is more shy.
All right, I'd rather be in front of a mic than a camera. And since this is your dream to do, I'll do it.
How nice.
I'm still not the most comfortable with it, but
we'll
I feel like
there.
I'll get to it.
We'll get there. It just feels a little unnatural to do something we haven't actually done before. Well, we talk a lot, but it's different because there's a mic in front of us.
But like I was saying, I'm kind of in between when it comes to listening to podcasts. Like some are interesting to me, especially with my husband's podcast. There's one, Meat Eater Trivia.
That one is fun.
Yeah.
But the other one is good. I'm not going to mention names because...
Oh, yeah. I see. Okay, but I always wanted to find a podcast that was kind of more of a
family
setting that is kind of where I can relate to, like kind of like what we're doing. Something that's kind of can be family based.
Well, you need to find your niche, basically.
Yeah,
I guess so. Chit-chatting.
Laid back chit-chatting, but it's relatable.
Laid back
chit-chatting. So I can...
I say that weird. You're welcome.
I can't finish what I want to say.
This really does have
seated together. Well, cheek to cheek.
You want to start singing
It's
together?
called close proximity therapy.
I'm totally fine. Totally fine.
You're making me the bad guy here?
No, but I feel pretty comfortable at the moment.
Well, I think it's my vibe. Not gonna put myself out there. Anyway. Okay. So just so everybody's clear in the podcast, we're gonna be calling each other by our nicknames most of the time. Just because that's how you always talk to each other. So I'm just gonna say a few of the nicknames that we do have for each one person so that people don't get lost. Octavia's nicknames are usually Tav, Turv, Tava. Manuela's are usually Mel, Mela, or Wella. There may be a few different ones, but those are the ones that are coming to my mind right now. For me, it's Flav,
Papi.
There are more that I can't think of. But anyway, we come from a family of 8 kids and 2 parents. We had to come from somewhere. We have 3 dogs.
Well, let's count it as 4.
Well, okay, now that they're... Well, the family has 2 dogs. I have a dog. Octavia has a dog.
And now where should we start? I mean, like, from the very beginning, once upon a time, Mom and Dad met at the airport. A week later, they got engaged.
Why? Okay, why you sound like this is a murder podcast? And then after this, they were in an alleyway, and boom, they no longer existed. But their legacy went on.
Somehow they had kids
in 3 years. Anyway, there are going to be a lot of stories that we're going to be telling in these podcasts. We'll probably have each one of our siblings on the podcast at some point. Just, they're very excited about this. We're excited with a little bit of nerves. We're a little bit anxious, shy, some of us. There is first niece in the family. 2 of the people in our family are married. They are on the podcast, Octavia and Manuela. So the family has grown with 2 brother-in-laws shoved in.
No.
What is this little fact?
Those 2 guys are brothers.
This is true. I completely forgot about that. Joe and Andy are related, sibling-wise. They are siblings. And now brother-in-laws as well to each other. That's weird.
Dad and I are sister-in-laws.
Oh, what the heck?
Sisters and sister-in-laws.
And you know what? There's a little bit of beef between them because they share a last name now.
I don't care, actually.
Oh, one cares, one does.
I don't really care. It's just I find it funny. As a kid, I had to share things with Octavia. Mom dressed us the same too.
Yeah, like they were twins, but they weren't. See, Manuela, you guys are 2 years apart?
Yeah.
Okay, I forget these things. Manuela's 2 years older.
No. Yes.
Yeah, you and me are 6 years. Manuela has dark hair, dark eyes. Very, very pale.
Why?
I'm just saying because you were dressed together, even though you guys didn't look like. Octavia is blonde with green eyes. At the time, she had blue eyes. And,
way blonder hair than now, but...
She's still blonde, naturally. Yeah, they were dressed the same. I don't know why.
You know,
maybe it was easier. Maybe Mom was buying, I guess.
Yeah, but you know what?
Although it was for the time, it was the 90s. Now, on the other hand, I think I am always compared to looking a lot like Mel.
We actually look similar.
We do look similar.
Once grown.
Yeah, I do have... I think
when you were younger, you also looked similar. Like
yes.
Faustina as well.
Like, I do have different color hair than you, and I'm not as white. Like, pale.
If you took Tava's hair color and my hair color and mixed it, that's...
Yeah, my hair color is a combination of...
Combination,
darling. It's a combination. It's like a light brown
goldish.
It's goldeny.
You did have hair once.
I did have really long hair down to my butt.
Well, talking about Mom dressing us, Manuel and I, up the same, made me kind of think about Gregorio as well.
Well, look, he was blonde too. Look, see that picture of him up there? He was blonde and fat.
Yeah, but what I'm starting to think about now is that even though Manuel and I were being dressed the same, and 100% didn't look like twins either, but it's funny to think how we were paired like that, and then later when Gregorio came along,
everyone thought that you and Gregorio were twins.
Yeah. I just find it interesting to think about now because
but then now people think that me and Mel are twins now. Like, remember that we had a twin ask us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went to PetSmart and we were paying and we had it was COVID time, so we had our masks on. And the girl, she's like, I hate asking because we're paying. And she's like, I hate asking this. I'm a twin because I know I hate it when people ask this, but I have to ask, are you guys twins? And we looked at each other, we're like, no, we're actually 6 years apart. And she's like, wow, I would have not guessed that. You guys are like identical.
I honestly don't
We're walking to the car and we're like,
we're both covered like this.
No, I still don't see it. You're darker and your head shape is different.
Yeah, okay, but people aren't exactly the same like that, Tav. I mean, yes, there are, but like...
Fine, but like when...
I know I do have different eyebrows, but
I feel like when
I think I have a different eye shape than you, too. No? Look at my eyes.
It's just balls right there.
I honestly think that...
Look at my eyes and look at her eyes.
You look different to me.
Okay, but yeah, you grew up with us. You're just trying not...
Like she said, she's not bright.
Well, okay, yeah. I think I have trouble seeing the comparison because one, she has a lighter complexion than me. Her hair is darker. Our eyes, I think, are a different shape. We also have different face shapes.
You know what you should ask the next time you're asked that question? If they think you are identical or not identical before you give them an answer.
Why would we go into that?
Because
we were so caught off guard. No one has ever asked us.
I just wonder how people
answer trivia time.
So I have a question.
I wonder how they actually process it. Do they think you're identical or not identical?
I don't know.
I guess identical because they think you look similar, but I honestly do not.
I mean, I think it is a given that we are at least related closely.
So we look more related than you.
Yeah, you do look the most different from the two of us.
Although yes, but she has the same eye shape. She just have different colors.
Eye shape
as
of who?
Me or you?
You too.
Look at me without. Don't make a face at me. Just look at me straight. I know you're gonna laugh.
I'm saying,
look at me. Look at me.
I mean, it's not the same. Well,
okay, maybe. I don't know.
I
don't know. Shape, I guess the shape is the same.
You may not see it right away because the colors really make a difference.
Yeah.
But I still don't see how
I still think I
more like elongated. Hers are slightly more, I think. Or maybe isn't me and her.
No, you have more like rounded eyes. Like
a shark.
Yes.
That's how you know how I look, peeps. I look like a shark.
You got shark eyes.
Although
like Fabio, one of our brothers, he says that you have the best nose from the three of us.
Oh, that boy.
Okay, the reason why from the three of us, the reason why I'm next, but the reason why I don't is because I have a little notch in my nose. Do you see that? Yeah. You can't tell unless I'm like showing it. You can't tell, but I have the tiniest little like crookedness in my nose. It doesn't make my nose actually crooked like the cartilage part.
Probably from one of the times you banged your nose on something.
I don't think so. I don't remember hitting my nose often.
Really?
Yeah. I remember like the few times I did where it's like super painful.
That's judging our noses was
tried to hack your nose off.
To hack my nose off. Yeah, I still have the best nose from his opinion.
Yeah, it's the straightest, the most proportionate.
He'd probably argue as, yeah, I fixed it.
Probably, he would probably say that. But he said, because I have, although, recently he said to me, although that little crookedness in your nose is probably to your advantage. And I'm like, what, why? And he's like, well, because, I don't actually remember exactly why he said, but like something that like people like to find, what's it called? imperfection, like things that are imperfect, find like pretty. And I was like, you're just trying to be nice to me. Is it?
Okay.
But yeah, he says you have the best nose. Although he says
so
he probably
said it was Paolo.
from the nose.
Well, this is the longest time he would argue. Your Paolo had best nose.
Oh no, that was me.
Oh,
because it was so like.
Is he saying out of just us three or out of all the siblings?
I think out of everyone in our family so far, you have the best nose because it's straight and perfectly proportionate to your face.
Anyway,
It's a unique one.
Although then he says you have an underdeveloped jaw.
Me?
Yeah.
why? Anything you
Because-
said about me back then?
That's how judgy he replied.
Why? Well, he says you're probably a mouth breather.
I would say I'm a nose breather.
Well, at night, meaning. Or as a kid.
Both.
But I don't think I think he would probably just say that Octavio's nose because I know why he said the crookedness in my nose benefits me because it makes my nose go up a little bit at the end, and he says that's very attractive for a girl to have. Octavio's making a face because her nose goes down.
I actually didn't listen to the part, but that's okay.
I don't know what he said about your nose. I don't think he actually
think he
agrees
really
that
talked
he
about
cares
me.
about your nose.
I don't think you talk. I know my nose is not the greatest looking. I know there's like a little.
I call it.
You know, like you go when you go on a road trip and there's like two little hills with a little bit of a drop in between.
Oh, look! Let me see your profile. What? I don't. No, it doesn't do that right there.
No.
Right here, it gives a little bump and then it goes down. Your nose. There's a bit of a witch's nose, I would say. I would say because look
I
at,
meant the opposite. Actually, I think.
okay. Look at me. Look at her nose. It like goes down. It divots down. You see? Look at her nose.
It's a good thing.
Okay.
It's a good thing I don't look at myself every day. I mean,
What? You don't brush your
you know
teeth.
what?
You don't
No,
brush
no.
your.
Let me rephrase that. It's a good thing I'm not able to see,
Oh, like when I like as
like, you know, when you talk to someone,
like you're
you see
looking at
their
me
face,
now.
yeah.
You're seeing my face.
I'm happy I don't have to have that experience with
Right.
myself.
Got it.
Because I think that would be
All right. Well,
much. And
I don't know why there would be a
But at
reason
the
for you
same
to
time,
like.
But this is a weird thing, though. Like, sometimes I'm like, yeah, if I could see myself go through life, like, with seeing the face expressions on my face and talking and blah, 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 I'm, like, thinking to myself, that would be so, I wouldn't be able to handle it. But at the same time,
so random.
but at the same time, I'm just someone who doesn't necessarily care about my looks at the same time that much.
Yeah, I know that.
It's kind of weird. But, well, I guess it's weird. I don't know.
Yeah, I remember I had to force you to like take care of yourself before the wedding.
Okay, that's slightly different story because I was when I get stressed, I'm like, whatever. I'm just gonna make it through. I'm gonna survive. But I was like, whatever, you know? Don't care about how I look right now.
I think I was definitely your biggest candidate for being like, no, this is the most important day for you. You have to look nice. You can't just go out looking like a schlump.
Yeah, but I wouldn't go looking like a schlump. In a way, I would just look average.
Yeah, see, that's not what you want for your wedding. Like everyone, I'm sure there's some people out there who are like, yeah, I agree with you, but I don't.
I just found our wedding day very stressful, okay?
Yeah.
It was a scary public thing. Not because I didn't want to get married. It was more like, just public things like that are stressful for me, okay? People going when, like...
Well, the attention was basically wholly on you, except for, well, Joe was, a factor because he had to be there for the marriage.
Our family because... Just like,
we don't have family here.
Yeah.
It's just us.
We're first generation in Canada.
Okay. I don't know where you're from.
Anyway, it happened, and I'm happy I don't have to go through it again, basically.
Well, yeah. I found Manuela's wedding more wedding-y than yours. No offense. Okay, wait. Yeah, I know. Listen, when Mela got engaged, see, I knew you were gonna regret it. Regret it. The thing is, okay, for Mela's wedding, it was totally like, this is a wedding because one, we went and did the whole wedding dress thing with her.
But they got engaged also before the whole COVID stuff, so...
Yeah, but we still... Okay, that is not an excuse for you, and I'll tell you why in a second. Because Mela's wedding, your wedding, was totally wedding vibes. You got the wedding planner book, the little book thing. We got your dress. We did... Yeah. We did cake testing. the whole dress altering thing. I got my dress, got that altered. That felt like totally wedding-y. The shoes and everything just felt super wedding-y. And like doing all the like the party get favor things. I was so proud of those too. Like the way I packed them. I was like so resourceful. I loved it. And then you got married. I was maid of honor and everything. It was really hot. I don't know why you guys got married on hot days. I would never. Don't make that face. I know yours would.
Cooler than hers.
Oh yes, 100%.
I didn't notice the heat. I was too nervous.
Well, because you were supposed to be married earlier. We're not going to get into that. But anyway,
That's fair
yeah,
enough.
your wedding felt very much like, oh, it's just happening. If you're available, sure, come. Because
It's kind of like a barbecue.
it was because
I was
this.
stressed,
Yeah,
and
I
I'm
know,
like,
but I feel like
less people, the better.
yeah, but that made it. It could have been so grand.
Okay, you don't have to rub it in. I have a few
Okay, but we did.
It-
Okay,
it
the
is how
one
it
thing
is.
that did feel super wedding-y was like when we went and like bought all the speakers. So we.
Oh my gosh. And it still didn't do anything.
It wasn't enough.
It wasn't enough. We should have gotten more.
We didn't really think about, I guess.
But you
extra
also have to
noise,
think that
I guess.
I guess we weren't really on a budget, but we were also kind of like, well, we don't
We are
want to
not
spend a
rich.
ton of
Yeah,
money because also it's just a backyard wedding.
pretty much, yeah.
But although,
Backyard weddings.
yeah, but yours was like super fancy. We had tents and everything.
That's because
Telling you, it's
we
different.
Different people, yes.
But
That was kind of just dirty.
I was okay. A lot.
Although I did get to do your hair and makeup for the wedding, which I was super proud of.
But little fact for those who don't know, our
Yeah.
listeners, obviously.
Obviously.
We did not have my hairdo planned out.
Oh no, that was all
we tried.
wind.
We tried
Yeah.
to do something.
That
but it
was
wasn't
probably
working out.
so stupid
was
to
like-
do, but it really worked out for the whole thing.
Yeah, it was stupid, but we tried to work. Like we tried doing some test runs on my hair, but we weren't getting. The right
we knew
style
we knew
necessarily.
we knew we wanted to have it curled. I don't know why that
And,
was like such
yeah.
a.
curled, but we weren't sure if it's going to be down or half up or whatever.
We
did
thought
try a few things that seemed kind of like okay. It may seem
Yeah.
like we're going on the right.
we
track.
we did have like a backup plan. Like if we did, like so yeah, the hairstyle was
very on the
Unplanned.
spot.
yes on the spot. We did the makeup stuff. We knew what we were gonna do.
Yeah,
I was like that needs to be practiced. I really was proud of that because we went and
You were proud of the hair too, though.
I was because that was like boom. We had no idea what was happening and it turned out amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I feel like we're not much of planning people. We're very spontaneous. Like
We're
literally
kind of
things-
Tenuous.
Things work out the best on the spot.
Yes.
Depends.
Very,
Although
very planned.
her makeup did look really good, I will say.
We did shop for the makeup.
We did go shopping for the makeup. I had a plan because you have green eyes, Octavia. You have green eyes. We went and got green eyeliner to make her eyes pop.
Mhm.
That was really fun. And then the hair, that was very last minute, but I think it was like, I really think it was the best hairstyle you ever wore in your whole entire life.
I could agree with that.
Thank you.
I could. Yeah.
Mel's wedding was fun though because we had someone who did your makeup and your hair, and my hair and my makeup except for my eyebrows.
Yeah,
You're like, no one's touching these.
Oh, yeah.
I am.
These are mine. I do them. Thank you very much.
yeah. I think yeah. my
That's how
wedding-
That's Gregorio. That's how he if he's going to introduce someone to us, he says, "Yeah, Flavia. She has a laugh, a contagious laugh." He always says that, and
I'm the-
eyebrows on fleek. He always tells people that. Yeah. When he's like, you're gay. When he's describing people, like us to people that he's going to like introduce us to, that's how he describes me.
How do you know this?
He's told me.
Wonder what he says about me then.
And
Why does he feel the need
and
to
the
mention your
people,
eyebrows?
and I don't know. I think he's jealous. I've done his eyebrows before,
Well,
but yeah, because people that
lions still look like tadpoles.
don't ask me. I'm not the expert.
I got my answer.
I'm sorry.
I'm just lazy.
Octavia, I am always pissed at you because I'm like,
sorry. I get lazy,
I know.
but I can
I
get
was
away
like,
with it in
I
a way.
know, and I
A
don't.
little
Well,
bit,
okay,
a
you
little
have
bit. I can get
blonde eyebrows, so yes, you can get away with it.
I've tried to grow mine out so many times.
You can use the stuff I gave
They
you.
won't grow.
You can use it. You can use the stuff I gave you. But they don't look bad. I'm not saying they look bad. That's what I think of them.
I know they're saying they don't look bad, but I don't
And plus,
necessarily
the
like
first-
anything frog related.
Oh, I forgot.
So when you say tadpoles,
Okay. But more so, they looked more so like tadpoles in the beginning because you really colored them in when you first did your eyebrows. You really colored them in the beginning. But now...
I'm tempted to get them, like, what is it called?
Microbladed?
Yeah.
What?
So I don't know how to deal with them. I hate dealing with eyebrows.
Why don't you just get... You know what you can do? You can get the menu.
You say that I have tadpole eyebrows. And then there's people that say, I love your eyebrows. Like, who does anything? Well, like,
they're nice.
I can never, this was ages ago.
Oh.
Probably my eyebrows looked worse than they do now. And I'm just like, you're playing with me, right?
Well,
and they were legit, what's the word? Like, for real. No, I think they look amazing. They're just like, oh, great? I don't think they look amazing, but great.
Well, when they're colored in, they look better.
Obviously, when they're colored in.
Yes. Like, now they don't look so much tadpole-y.
I look like a vicious beast.
But if you wanted to, like, not have to, like, color them in, just get the beard.
I just look very angry without them done.
Yeah. Yeah. I think mine just look angry all the time. But.
I think you did it on purpose.
No, but I didn't do it on purpose. I just followed the natural shape of my eyebrows.
Can we go into resting nasty look face?
RBFs?
Yeah.
You don't have one.
I was going to ask that.
No. Okay, rest your face.
Now I have my answer.
Rest your face.
I can't.
You know what her resting face is?
Serious. That's what it is.
In thought.
Okay, never mind.
You do not. What's that laugh?
Listen.
I look you focused
sometimes. Someone is more likely to approach you than the two of us.
Oh, yeah. There was a lady.
I will take that.
There was a lady at church. She came and approached us because, again, she's like, oh my goodness, you two look so similar.
Recently?
Yeah. That lady when you were pregnant. She was still pregnant at the time.
Oh.
That lady, and she was like, I'm sorry to interrupt you guys. And I just wanted to say, you guys look so alike. Yeah. And she was like, she was being super like scared almost. And we were just talking. We're just like, well, thanks. Yeah, we're sisters and blah, blah, like talking. And she's like, and then she left and she goes, I'm so sorry that I interrupted you. Like, you guys were like, and we're like, oh, no, we just have we're just, our faces are just like that. And she's like, but she wasn't convinced. So she was like, she still was like apologizing to interrupt us. And we're like, you didn't. We were not really talking about anything interesting. We were just talking because we were here. Yeah. So yeah, anyway, but I feel like any people would just approach you. But if they weren't going to approach you, it would be because they're like, oh, she seems to be deep in thought right now.
I also think
so. Just sit back for a second and just rest yourself. Exactly. Thinking. It looks. I'm not even joking.
Listen, I didn't even start thinking yet.
I don't think when someone finally gets the nerve to like approach us, I don't think they like. How do I say this? I don't think our voices match how we look. So when we start talking, it's kind of
we're nice sounding.
At least me. I sound very confused.
Oh.
Like
I'm usually very caught off guard, I think. But I don't think I'm very confused sounding. I don't like it when people come up to me and start talking and it's like super awkward. Then I'm sitting there like, oh, the weather's nice. Not in that tone of voice, but I'm kind of just like, yep, it's raining.
I mean, well, obvious.
That's another thing. You're better at, even though you don't necessarily like socializing, you're better at conversing with people kind of randomly than I am. Don't you think?
I don't.
No, I think so.
Okay, but give me an example.
Or at least you make it less awkward than I do.
Oh, okay, yeah, I get that.
What you mean?
I understand the less awkward, but I don't think I'm
You're more smooth in the conversation than I am. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, I will take that. I guess yes, I will take it.
Yeah, it's sad, but sad on my part, but
I guess.
But that's part of my airheadedness, I think. Don't you think?
Yes. I think a lot of things are due to your airheadedness. In a good way. I'm not trying to sound nasty.
Yeah, sometimes I'm called an old lady.
Sometimes?
Yeah, sometimes. Not every day.
Well.
There's something so bummed about it. You like it.
Well.
You were just saying that I'm not going to say why it's to your advantage because...
Okay, sometimes my airheadedness...
You're going to say why it helps you.
I am airheaded, yes.
But sometimes she plays it on purpose.
I am conscious of it. And
use it to your advantage.
Let it flow because I appear dumb And if I don't want to deal with something and someone is there with me and they think I'm being dumb, then I'll just let them take care of the business.
So you basically told...
Because to me, it's like, I can probably figure it out, but this is just stressing me out too much. I'd rather have someone else deal with it.
See, I'm the opposite because I want to please people. So I'm like, okay, I'll deal with it and probably cry through it by myself, obviously.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't have that privilege.
Yeah.
But although people do tend to be more scared to ask me to do things, so that comes to my advantage, I would say.
Probably.
Especially Dad, I would say. Yeah.
Wait till Dad hears this.
Yeah, he'll probably agree. I think he will agree. Anyway,
we talked a lot.
Not really.
No?
I think we talked a lot.
We could talk a lot.
But we want to... Oh, well, I guess.
Conversations feel longer when you don't really pay attention to the time, but then if you know the time frame you kind of started and ended, it does sometimes surprise you how short it might have been for someone.
Yes, like forever. Maybe because
it didn't feel like forever for me. But
we started
enjoying ourselves.
I am. I really am. I feel like
same. I feel like you're...
We feel professional.
I do. I feel like it's
Hi,
there.
everyone.
It's because it's a bit clearer.
Huh?
I think it's my clearer voice.
Yeah, it's like warming up to sing. You gotta warm up to speak. So then now we're all pretty second.
It's my friendly voice. Thank you for tuning into Pocket Sisters. We loved having you here. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with your friends. You can also follow us on other social media platforms, which are linked down below, to stay connected and never miss an update. Until next time, keep those pockets full of good vibes and see you soon.